The Arona is SEAT's idea of a small sporty SUV, and it's likely to continue to find favour with the increasing number of buyers who would once have simply bought another supermini but now feel the need to get themselves something more interesting and lifestyle orientated. It's good looking, safe, well connected and very personalisable, especially in this usefully improved form. If this is the kind of car that appeals to you, then an Arona may well tick a lot of boxes.
As expected, the Arona shares the engine lineup used in SEAT's Ibiza supermini, which means that all of the power plants on offer have direct injection and a turbo. There are various different petrol units to choose from, the headline emphasis being on the usual Volkswagen Group 3-cylinder 1-litre TSI petrol unit, available in 95 PS form with a 5-speed manual gearbox, or in 110 PS guise with dual clutch 7-speed DSG auto transmission, or, as in this case, a 6-speed box. The final petrol choice is a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder 150 PS EcoTSI unit with active cylinder deactivation technology, which is exclusive to the FR trims and is connected to DSG auto transmission. Go for the sporty FR trims and you get this SEAT drive profile that allows you to alter the steering, throttle response and suspension feel via 4 modes: normal, sport, eco and individual. There are now no diesel options. The changes to this updated Arona are subtle, but you might well notice the new LED headlights, the restyled bumper and the smarter hot-stamped front grille design. At the rear, there's a new spoiler and diffuser, and the Arona badge now gets a handwritten font. As before, this car sits on the same MQB A0 platform as its Ibiza supermini stablemate, and, like its rivals in the segment for small SUVs, this car's trying to give the feel of being a sturdy car for everyday life in the urban jungle. And inside, well, if you like the funky attitude of the exterior, you might be a little disappointed to find that little of it has been carried over into the cabin, which is virtually identical to the rather conservative interior you get in an Ibiza, though you do sit a little higher. What's not up for debate is the quality of what's provided here, something usefully improved with this updated model. Gone is the bland angular dashboard we disliked in the original version. In its place is a completely redesigned and much nicer fascia, with softer touch surfaces and more interesting textures. And there's more. The leather-covered steering wheel has been redesigned. So have the air vents, which now, in a trendy touch, light up at night in trim-dependent colours. Possibly the very first thing you'll notice, though, is the all-new central infotainment screen, which is about 20% bigger than before and offered in either 8.25-inch or, as here, 9.2-inch sizes. This screen's much cleverer too, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, smartphone mirroring functionality, online connectivity with an embedded eSIM, and a much improved natural voice recognition system. Anything this monitor can't tell you will probably be covered off in the instrument binnacle. If you can stretch to the priciest FR Sport and Excellence Luxe models, the usual analogue dials will be replaced by this smart 10-inch digital cockpit driver binnacle screen that lifts this Arona's interior into the digital age. Let's take a seat in the rear. Offhand, we can't remember ever being in a small car with as much ceiling space as this Arona. 6-foot adults who might normally grumble at the prospect of long-distance rear seat confinement in any supermini base model need have no worries about the prospect of riding in this one. Finally, let's take a look at luggage space out the back. Now, the rear hatch opens to reveal 400 litres of luggage space. The dual height boot floor you have to pay extra for in most Ibiza models is standard here. Need more room? Push the backrest forward and 823 litres of space is revealed. The headline engine is SEAT's well-regarded 1-litre TSI petrol turbo unit, and it should certainly prove to be very frugal. Let's get to the WLTP figures. Expect the 95 PS 1-litre TSI version to manage up to 51.4 mpg on the combined cycle and 124 grams per kilometre of CO2. This 1-litre TSI 110 PS manual manages up to 53.3 mpg and 121 grams per kilometre. The 1.5 TSI Auto manages up to 45.6 mpg and 140 grams per kilometre. The Arona, says SEAT, is designed for drivers looking for a sense of excitement, distinction and functionality. People who know that age is just a number, not an outlook on life. In other words, the people who've been busily buying Nissan Dukes and Renault Captures in considerable numbers over the last 5 years. The Spanish maker wants in on this lucrative market, and the improved version of this little crossover looks to have everything necessary to entitle them to a useful slice of sales in this segment. The potential for personalisation will be key to this car's prospects, as will the efficiency made possible by its efficient engines and light, stiff MQB A0 chassis. It took some time for the Iberian maker to bring us a crossover of this kind, but over 350,000 global sales since this model's original 2017 launch have shown that quite a market exists for it. This crossover's got plenty of life in it yet.